Hi guys, hope you all are doing well. With all your wishes, I'm here. I'm doing good here, and I would like to welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Unique Bio Classes. And in this, you please view the channels, subscribe it, like it, and share with your friends so that others also will get help by it. Okay, I shall start my today's session. In my today's session, I'm going to discuss about hemophilia, whereas in my previous session, I have discussed about Mendelian disorders. Hemophilia is one of the example of Mendelian disorders. All these disorders which I am going to discuss from now, all those disorders are very important. Many questions will be arised, and even in future in higher classes also will be helpful, and for your NEET exam also. Okay, hemophilia you will find in your NCERT textbook on page number 89, and this hemophilia you will get, I have prepared a note of it, so we should go through that first. Fine. Hemophilia, this was first described by Dr. John Conrad Otto. Okay, now this Dr. John Conrad Otto, he has first described about this disorder. Which disorder? Hemophilia. Now this is Otto, not your auto rickshaw. Okay, fine. Now, what is this hemophilia? What happens in this? There is an inability of blood clot. Okay, as you all know, blood clot is very much necessary in an individual, in an organism, because if without a blood clot, then continuously blood will flow. Whenever we are having a single incision or some damage to our skin, some skin has been ruptured, then what happens with the single cut? Then blood starts to flow, is it? That blood starts to flow. After some time it will get stopped by itself. How it will get stopped by itself? That is because of blood clot. There will be formation of a reddish brown color clot over that cut part, is it? Now that reddish brown part is what? It is nothing but a blood clot which has been formed by proteins. Proteins will help that, and even in first year you have that. How does this blood clot takes place? Fine. So this blood clot, it is helpful, it is very much necessary, which has to be in an individual. If blood clot is not there, what do you imagine? If blood clot is not there in an individual, what happens? Then continuously blood will flow, it will won't get stopped. If continuously blood will flow from the body, then that heart doesn't work, because heart is not getting the proper blood supply. Then that person can die, is it? So that's why blood should get clot. So inability of blood clot. In hemophilia, the person could not undergo blood clot. Why it is not undergoing that? Due to lack of clotting factors during bleeding. During bleeding, for the formation of a clot, it requires clotting factors. What are these clotting factors? These are nothing but proteins. Okay, these proteins are helpful for the formation of clot, and that clotting factors are not present in hemophilic patient. So that's why there is no blood clot. Okay, now you understood hemophilia, hemoglobin. Okay, you can remember with that short term. Next, this hemophilia is sex linked recessive disease. Now in my previous video I have said sex linked means what? It is linked with the sex chromosome. This disorder is linked with the sex chromosome, either it might be XX or XY, and this disease is in recessive condition. Recessive disease means what? It is not expressing but it is present. Like one woman or one man is having this disease. Okay, one human being is having this disease. Having this disease means it can be expressed or it could not be expressed, right? Like one individual is having cancer. Okay, now after diagnosis, that individual has been diagnosed by that person is having cancer. One more person is there who is having cancer, but it is not expressing in its genes. It has cancer, but it is not actually expressed, which means it has not shown any effect on that individual. When it is not showing any effect on that individual but carrying that gene, then we call it as recessive. If it has shown that disease in that person, it has expressed, that gene has expressed, and it shows some symptoms of it, then it is dominant. Okay, now it is sex linked recessive disease. This disease is related to sex chromosome and it is not expressing. That a human being will be having the gene, defect gene is present, but the other gene of the same copy is normal. So the normal gene is working, the defective gene has been suppressed. Okay, so that's why it is a sex linked recessive disease. Next, it is transmitted from unaffected carrier female to some of the male progeny. Transmitted from unaffected carrier female, unaffected, okay. Who unaffected? The one who is not showing any kind of disease, is it? Like a person, I said one person is having cancer, he has been diagnosed by the cancer. The another person, he is not diagnosed, after diagnosis also he is normal, but after knowing their genes, the gene of cancer is present in that human being, is it? So that person is unaffected, but he is carrying what? Defect gene in his body. So that person will be called as carrier, okay. Defect gene is present in his body but not expressed, that person is called as carrier. So it is transmitted, hemophilia is transmitted from an affected carrier female, from female to some of the male progeny, which means this disease is transferred from female to male. In short, female to male. Female won't express this disease. Female is not showing this disease. Female will be normal, whereas male will be showing this disease. Why so? Later I shall let you know. Okay. Then this is the mode of transmission. Causes: presence of X-linked recessive gene. X-linked recessive gene is present. Where it is present? In sex chromosome. So sex chromosomes are which one? X and X. Is it? These are two X chromosomes which you can find in female, whereas in male you can find one X and one Y chromosome. These are the two chromosomes. Now, presence of X-linked recessive gene. Why we are saying this? Because female is having two X chromosomes. Both the chromosomes are homologous. Homologous means both are similar. Okay, both are having same number of genes, same that location of the gene or locus of the gene is also same. Like here one gene is present which is used to express to produce one kind of protein. Same gene will be present here to express the same character. If one gene is present here, then what is its function? Same gene will be present here, which means exact Xerox copy of each other, we can say. Okay, so one copy is normal, another copy is defect, then this normal will be function and this defected copy can be eliminated, it will be suppressed. Okay, if both the chromosomes are having defect gene, then that female can show disorder. Is it? When female is showing that disorder or disease, when both the chromosomes are having defect. If only one chromosome is having defect, another one is normal, then that female is called as carrier. When she is called as carrier, when one is having defect, another one is normal, then carrier. Okay, if she is having both the chromosomes are having defect, then she will be expressing the disorder. Now this carrier will be in a recessive. Okay, this will be dominant. So how you are saying it as dominant? Because when both are having defect, then they will express. The one which expresses, we call that one as dominant. If it is not expressing, we call it as recessive. Okay, so presence of X-linked recessive gene, because here only one chromosome is affected, another one is normal. So it is, and it is related to X chromosome. So X-linked recessive gene. Fine. Okay. Next, you can find a single protein in the cascade of proteins involved in the clotting of blood is affected. Okay, X-linked recessive gene is there. The gene which is responsible for what? The gene which is responsible for the production of a protein. Okay, which protein? The protein which is required for the clotting of the blood. Okay, because there is a presence of defective gene. Now this is the one gene. This is the X chromosome. Okay, X chromosome. Here there is presence of one gene. Now this one gene is producing one of the protein, and this protein is used for the blood clot. Okay, or clotting of blood. It is used for the clotting of blood. Now the same gene is not present, or it is present but it is defective. Okay, it must be present in this direction but it is present in somewhere. Some other, I am showing in the shape, but actually it will not be in the shape. There will be presence of sequence or codes. Those codes will be mutated. If there is such mutation or such defect, then this protein is not produced. If protein is not produced, then it will affect what? Clotting of blood. Okay, so but here what we are saying, this one X chromosome is having defect, another X chromosome is normal. Okay, which means this is having that gene, normal gene, which will produce this protein. Because it produces protein, clotting of blood takes place, right? So here, a single protein in the cascade of proteins involved in the clotting of blood is affected. Now, what do you mean by the cascade? Cascade is nothing but a chain of proteins. For clotting of blood, it requires chain of proteins. Okay, chain of proteins are required. I'm showing something like this. Okay, these dot are nothing but proteins. In this chain of proteins, for this chain of protein, we call it as cascade. This complete chain of proteins is required for what? For for blood to get clot. But in this, one protein is not produced. Okay, one protein is not produced. Other proteins are same as they have to produce. It has been produced there, but only one protein is not produced. Because one protein is not produced, then it is going to affect this clotting of blood, which means it requires every protein in this cascade is very important. Each one is having one particular role. If any one of this protein is not produced, then clotting of blood will get affected. Okay, so that means here a single protein in the cascade of proteins involved in the clotting of blood is affected. Okay, one protein in the cascade of proteins which is involved in the clotting of blood is affected. Next, heterozygous female carrier for hemophilia may transmit the disease to sons. Okay, heterozygous female carrier. Heterozygous means what? Here we are heterozygous and homozygous we are using. Homozygous and heterozygous. Once again. Okay. Homozygous and heterozygous. Homo means same, hetero means different. This we have discussed many times in our previous videos. Now, here what we are saying, hemophilic, where it is heterozygous female. Female is heterozygous. Okay, so when female is heterozygous, we can use, I shall use HB for normal. Okay, and for a heterozygous, HB and H for hemophilic. Okay, we can use this, or I will use this XX and XX dash. Now this is homozygous, this is heterozygous. How it is heterozygous? Why I am using XS? Because it is X-linked recessive disease and it is found in females. It is getting transmitted from females. Okay, so this one is XX, this one is homozygous condition, this one is heterozygous. How it is heterozygous? You can say both are X chromosomes. How it is heterozygous? I am showing a dash on it. What does this dash mean? This dash shows this defect chromosome. Okay, defect chromosome, what I have shown here, some defect gene is present. To show that one, I shall use this X dash. Okay, so this one is homozygous and this one is heterozygous. What it has been said, heterozygous female. Now this one is heterozygous female. Okay, and she is carrier. What she is carrying? She is carrying a defective gene. Whether she is carrying defective gene? No, she is having both the X chromosomes are normal. So this we can say it as normal female. This one we can say carrier female. What she is carrying? She is carrying defective gene. Okay, heterozygous female carrier for hemophilia may transmit the disease to sons. Okay, how it is? I shall show you. Fine. Wait a second. I shall get some paper. Okay. Now, what it has been said? Heterozygous female carrier for hemophilia may transmit the disease to son. Now first I shall show you heterozygous female who is carrier, and male normal. Okay, now this is female, this is male. I have already written and I am showing this. Male is normal. What we are saying, from female carrier it is transmitted to male. So to show that, now here females, we shall give first what sex chromosomes. We shall give only sex chromosomes, XX and here XY. Am I right? Then here we have said female carrier means carrier, for that we have used this dash on that, XX dash, right? And this normal is male is normal, so that's why XY. But now in these are the chromosomes which are present, the chromosomes which are present in female carrier. Now when she produces gametes, okay, when she produces gametes, which were those gametes that produced are ova. Now each ova, one ova, it can have this X chromosome which is normal, another ova can get this chromosome which is carrying that defective gene. Now here, because both are present together, one is affected, another one is normal, normal will express. Now they have got separated, is it? Now in this, one sperm will get X chromosome, another sperm can get Y chromosome. Fine. Then now these gametes will fuse during fertilization. Okay, we shall show this fertilization. This X chromosome, this X chromosomes. Now the embryo or the children will get either XX chromosomes. Fine. Now this one is can fuse with this sperm, you will get XY chromosome. Okay. Now this ova can fuse with this sperm. Chances are there, right? X dash X. Okay. Now this defective ova can fuse with this. That one is X dash Y. Okay. First we did this. Now we shall give which one is female, which one is male. Now first this one, both are XX. Both are normal X or there is a defective X. Both are normal. So we can write it as normal female. Okay. Am I right? Next. This one is male. Which male? Normal or affected? It is normal male. Okay, this one is normal male. Now you can find the next one. Now XX chromosomes are there. Definitely it is female. Okay, this one is female. But she is having one defective X chromosome. Okay, which means it is carrier. She is carrier female. Okay. Then this one is X dash Y. Now XY definitely will say it is male. Now because he is having that defective gene, then we can say it as affected. Now the question arises, why here we are saying it as affected and why here as carrier? Why we are saying here carrier? Because she is having one more copy of it. That's why this defective gene is not expressing. It has been suppressed. That normal gene will express. In males, only one X chromosomes are there and one Y chromosome. Like you are having one red pen and one black pen. One red pen and one blue pen. Is it? Now during the time of exam, you are writing with a blue pen. Now that the blue pen has stopped working. Is it? It's not writing at the time of the exam. Whether you can use red pen and write there in the exam paper? No, definitely not. Then you will show your defect. What will be that defect? That you are asking for pen with your friends. Is it? If you had both the blue pens, then would have you asked for your friends? No. If one is not writing, you will use the another one and start writing. Okay. Here one is not writing, you will use the another one and you will start writing. Here you are having one blue pen and one red pen. Blue pen is not working. Red pen, you cannot use this red pen. Understood? So that's one you can find here. Only X chromosome is there. One X chromosome is there. If that is also defected, then it will show its character. What is its character? That it is not producing the protein. Which protein? The protein which is useful for clotting of blood. Is it? So in this individual, clotting of blood does not take place, which means now this individual is affected. Affected with what? Which disease? Hemophilia. This individual can be called as hemophilic. Okay, hemophilic. And rather than writing that as hemophilic and all, we are saying it as affected male. Okay. Now you can find two are normal, one carrier and one affected. We were here somewhere. Heterozygous female carrier for hemophilia may transmit the disease to sons. Heterozygous female carrier for hemophilia may transmit the disease to the son. She is not transmitting the disease to daughters. You can see one daughter is normal, another daughter is carrier. She is not showing any kind of disease. She is normal. Is it? She is normal, carrying a defective gene. But when she marries to a normal man, then she is transferring that disorder to the male, which means this disease has been transmitted from carrier female to the male. Okay, hope you understood this. Heterozygous female carrier for hemophilia may transmit the disease to sons. So here also I said later I shall discuss that it's a transmitted from unaffected carrier female to some of the male progeny. This sentence also shows here, transmitted from unaffected female carrier to the male progeny. Understood? Okay, fine. Now the possibility of female becoming the possibility of female becoming hemophilic is extremely rare because mother of such female has to be at least a carrier and a father should be hemophilic. Now this is such a long sentence. I hope you might have not got it. I think so. Okay. Now we said female is a carrier. She will be transmitting it to the son. Son is getting affected. If here female she is getting, but she is a carrier. She is not showing the disease. Is it? She is carrier. The question arises, when a female can be affected? Is it? When a female can have that hemophilia, whether there are some chances to get hemophilia for this, because there are two X chromosomes, one is defect, another one will be normal. So always females, which means females could not have this hemophilia. Is it so? Only males can have this hemophilia. Is it so? The question is that. Now the question is, when does this females can be affected? Okay, the chances are there. When it can be affected, I shall show you. Now I am showing here like this. Now what you will write? She is carrier female. Am I right? Then here male, I am showing like this. Now what you will write? Male is normal? No, male is affected. When carrier female marries to a affected male, then there are chances that the disease can be transmitted to female, which means female can get affected in this condition. When female is carrier and male is affected, in that condition the females can get affected. Okay, so if she produces a gametes, one gamete can have X, normal X, another can have affected, this one defective X chromosome. Now the sperm produced, one sperm is having defect X chromosome, another sperm produced is having Y, normal Y chromosome. Now again we can find the same for after fertilization, X dash. Okay, then you can get X and Y, then you can get this one X dash, then you will get XY. Okay, you can find here X dash, then what you will write? She is carrier female. Okay, then this one is normal male. Okay, now this one is both the X chromosomes are having defect. Then whether she will be carrier or whether she will be normal? No, she will be affected female. Okay, now this one is normal. Sorry, here you will get X dash. This might not be normal. This one will be affected male. Okay, now question was what? when does female is getting affected. We got female carrier here, but we want when. The question was when does female will get affected. The chances are there at least a female must be a carrier and male must be affected. At least I'm saying. Why at least? Because at least female must be carrier means either she can be a carrier or either she can be affected. If she is affected, okay, either she can be a carrier, either she can be affected. In both the cases, you will get what? You will get that female will be affected. Carrier is female is carrier, male is affected. In that case, you will find female will be affected. But these cases are rare to get a female affected, because one is already having a carrier, another one is marrying with a male, which one is affected. So these are rare. So transmission of this hemophilia to the female is very rare, whereas to the male it is common. Okay, male it is common. Hope you got this. I would like to ask you all if there is a cross between affected female with affected male. Okay, affected female with the affected male. So what will be the progenies and how many will be normal, carrier and affected? I want this. How many are normal, carrier and affected individuals? I want this. Please comment in the comment box after crossing this and let me know. Okay, hope you understood this. There was the possibility of female becoming hemophilic is extremely rare, because mother of such a female has to be at least a carrier and father should be hemophilic. Okay, female should be at least a carrier and father should be hemophilic. In that case only female can get affected. Now what are the symptoms of this? Symptoms of hemophilia, you can find there will be a bleeding in joints with pain and swellings. Okay, there will be pain in joints and swellings in the joints. Okay, then gastrointestinal tract and urinary tract hemorrhage. I hope you know hemorrhage, that there will be a formation of there will be release of bleeding will be taking place continuously in the gastrointestinal tract, that is in the digestive system, and the urinary system. Okay, that is urinary tract. Prolonged bleeding from cuts. A simple cut will be releasing lot of blood, that is here prolonged bleeding from cuts. Tooth extraction, and even this bleeding takes place from tooth extraction. Prolonged bleeding from surgery, is it? During surgery also, because there will be skin will be cut and definitely blood will be flowing continuously and it can lead to death. Okay, these are some of the symptoms. Then you are having here hemophilia is also known as Royal's disease. Okay, hemophilia is also known as Royal's disease. Why it is called as Royal's disease? Because this was found in the pedigree of Queen Victoria in England. Okay, Queen Victoria, in her family they found this disease because it was found in the Queen's family. So this disease called as Royal's disease. Okay, then this hemophilia is also known as bleeding disorder. Bleeding disorder, why it is called as bleeding disorder, I think no need to explain. Hope you have got it. Because it is continuously, there will be release of blood. There is an absence of clotting factor. Okay, blood will won't clot, then definitely it will continuously bleed. This hemophilia is also known as crisscross inheritance. Okay, crisscross inheritance. Crisscross means in a zigzag way, as you will find. Crisscross inheritance. Inheritance, as you know, which will be transmitting from parents to offspring. Crisscross, how it is crisscross. Okay, from female, this will be transmitted to male. Okay, and from male, this will be transmitted to female. Okay, I shall show you here itself. Here we have shown affected male. This affected male, if he is marrying with the normal female, this one is normal female. Okay, what you will get here, you will get gametes X dash and Y. These are the two, and from here you will get X and X chromosomes. X and X over both are similar. Now if you cross this, you will get X and X dash, right? Then you will get X and X dash. You will get X and Y, and you will get X and Y. Okay, so you will get this. This is the next progeny, which means now she will be a grandparents. This grandparents, both are grandparents. These are the grandsons. Okay, sons and daughters. Crisscross. From a female, female is a carrier transmitting to the male. Male is transmitting to the female. Now females are carrier. No males are affected. Males are not affected. Males are normal. You can find zigzag. Okay, from female to male, male to female, then female to male. It goes on. Okay, it will be something like this, in this direction. From female to male, from male to female. This should be here. It is that. Okay, that's why it's called as crisscross inheritance. Okay, hope you understood this. Hemophilia, very important. 1 mark question, 2 mark question, and entrance exam questions. Entrance exam question, they can ask like this: if one is having female is a carrier, or female is affected, male is normal, what will be the progenies, how many children will be affected, whether females are affected. This kind of questions, confusing questions will be asked, so you should know all the details of it. Okay, don't forget to answer these questions in the comment box. If you have understood, then only you will comment. If you have not commenting, means then I shall understand that you have not understood this concept. Okay, fine. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Please comment it, and in my next session I shall discuss about sickle cell anemia. Okay, and all the best for your preparation. Please prepare well. Your exams are coming nearer, and already time is too less, and you have to prepare for NEET also. I should think something related to NEET also with time permits. Okay, guys.